There are 9 MrBeast crew members who have either been publicly fired or have disappeared.
Who are... Okay, I know most of them.
Without explanation.
The one with the blonde
hair.
There
are 9 MrBeast crew members who have either been publicly...
I don't know who's the one with the blonde hair.
Fired.
I don't even know what that says.
Disappeared without explanation. I'm going to talk about all of them, beginning with Matt Turner, who had one of the more controversial endings to his time working with MrBeast. Matt Turner was initially hired as an editor for MrBeast back in 2018, yet only 5 months after getting
this music is mad scary. I'm sorry. It's
hired,
mad
Matt would
scary.
upload a video to his personal channel titled "Why I Quit Working for MrBeast," in which he'd explained that he was no longer on the team. Matt would then go on to praise MrBeast, talking about how much he enjoyed the job.
This was a dream job for so long. Going to work was a blast each and every day. MrBeast paid for my rent every month when I lived in North Carolina. Me and MrBeast, I still consider friends. Never got in any fights. No one did anything wrong in this situation. So if you're watching this, MrBeast, I love you, bro.
However, despite ending his message by stating that he loved MrBeast, approximately 1 year and 2 months later, Matt Turner would take to Twitter stating the following: "I'm not going to make a video about my time editing for MrBeast, but I will say that it was the most mentally draining time of my life. I was yelled at, bullied, and called replaceable by MrBeast.
Wait. You just said you loved him. What happened?
Every day. Being in tears and having mental breakdowns day after day is difficult, and after a while it became too much. After every editing mistake,
you think he was lying? I don't know if he just said he was in the video, like he was regularly in the video. I watched older MrBeast. I don't remember Matt like that. I don't even know if I've ever seen Matt, but like, why would you lie? Like, if he was really that bad, why would you make a video saying he was like your friend still, then come back a year, 2 months later, and say, I was bullied and, I didn't enjoy my time there? Like,
I was made to feel like an absolute idiot. So that's a summary of almost every day on the team.
You think MrBeast paid him off? I don't think so. No. Cause no, I don't think he would pay him off. My thing is like, why wait a year to come out and tell? But you never know.
That's what it was like to work for MrBeast.
Maybe there's another side of MrBeast. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Is why I don't work there now. While Matt might have thought that his MrBeast call-out would command a bunch of respect and sympathy, the opposite of this happened, and everyone instead began to stick up for MrBeast. I think people are jumping to conclusions with this MrBeast stuff. If this editor really was harassed like that, wouldn't he have spoken up sooner? He's one of the most famous YouTubers, so it would have been easy to start accusing him. I think the bullying is just over-exaggerated. So basically, MrBeast's editor is a kid who hasn't experienced the real working world, so throws a tantrum and starts slamming MrBeast with unsupported allegations the moment it gets tough. Kids these days. Bruh, this was 1 year ago. Why are you coming at him now? Keemstar would point out the most obvious flaw with Matt's Twitter thread.
I just find it very strange that he's coming out saying all this negative stuff about MrBeast when a year ago, when he actually left, he uploaded a video saying it was the greatest time of his life.
Whilst others came forward stating that they had a great time working with MrBeast.
I've known MrBeast for over 3 years now, and I was helping him with graphics for his channel. I don't even have one experience of him being mean or disgruntled to me in any way. He was always...
It makes you wonder, is he the bad guy? Not MrBeast. Is this guy, Matt Turner, the bad guy? Because it's a whole year later, and then you're just saying all these things. Like that one Twitter comment that had just come up, did money start getting low for you? So it's let me make this story so I can maybe get a little bit of payment. I could go to people, I could go to I don't know, I could go to some news outlet and be like, MrBeast did this, that, and the third, so now give me a little bit of money so I could pay my rent. Because I don't know, where did he go to next that either didn't pay him or didn't take care of him the same way MrBeast was taking care of him, and now he has no money, no nothing? Because this is one of those stories where it's I know a big person, let me start talking. It's like if an assistant came out talking about Beyonce or something. It's why are you talking, especially years after you've left someone? It just doesn't make any sense.
Very kind and very nice.
Which was once again echoed by Keemstar.
I talked to one of his employees, and he seemed like he loved working for him, and MrBeast seemed like a really cool, genuine guy.
Things became even worse for Matt after MrBeast had a phone call with Keemstar.
And what MrBeast told me is basically when they fired him or whatever, they gave him $10,000 and they got him a job at Sword.
And shortly thereafter, Matt deleted the tweets and was even brave enough to claim that his Twitter had been hacked. Despite basically being laughed off the internet, Matt Turner continues to upload van life videos, one of which including a pretty weak apology to MrBeast.
If anyone was offended by me saying that that wasn't the best experience, well then I do apologize.
With the whole ordeal being summarized by YouTuber.
Alright, now everything is just a bit shifty. Everything that I don't know who to trust. I'm leaning more towards MrBeast. But this guy, it's like, it's not, you're flopping around too much. It's like the boy who cried wolf.
Mate Luke.
What did you gain from it, really? A little bit of clout from the beginning. You destroyed any chance of you having an actual YouTube career, and all of those views went away immediately. And now you're just forever tainted with the fact that you're just the guy that lied about MrBeast.
However, Matt Turner wasn't the only person to try and expose MrBeast before having it backfire terribly. Back in 2018, Fly Does YT uploaded a video titled My Experience Editing for MrBeast, Worst Week of My Life, in which he'd foolishly accused MrBeast of faking the content before going on to make the bizarre point that MrBeast didn't even appear in the videos.
When you make a YouTube video for your channel, you should, you know
what's interesting? Some of the videos are so insane it makes you wonder like if he is there, but I highly doubt he isn't there.
film your video without you. That's cool, yeah.
The claims were so outrageous that MrBeast himself took to Twitter before stating, "If you think I'm faking my videos, then ask the streamer to whom I gave hundreds of thousands of dollars when they get them. Go and ask somebody who got part of the $500,000 that I gave away this year when they got it. You will not find a person who said I did not give them any money." These tweets were followed by MrBeast appearing on Drama Alert, where he'd explained the situation from his perspective.
I paid for his plane ticket, his Uber, his hotel for a week, his Uber, and his plane ticket, which he made a 25-minute quote-unquote exposing video on me, but doesn't mention that I spent thousands of dollars getting him here, paid him $750 for like 5 days worth of work, which is really good pay. He has all these issues, quote-unquote, but he doesn't say any of them to me.
That doesn't sound like MrBeast's voice, but...
He doesn't talk to me while he's here. He just bundles it all up so he can make this 25-minute video and blow everything out of proportion when he gets home.
Before going on to absolutely destroy the claims that his videos were fake.
My videos aren't fake. Like, I counted to 100,000. I watched Dance to Your Dead for, whatever. I give streamers $30,000. It's just slander from his part.
Whilst providing an explanation for why he wasn't able to fully appear in one of the videos.
I have Crohn's disease. Most of you don't know what it is. It was really acting up. So I said, hey, you guys go film the rest of the video. I want to go nap. I got to take it easy. Now he's making an exposed video like, oh, MrBeast doesn't film his own videos. Like, what are you going on about, man? You're trying to pin the fact that I have an illness on me. And like, I'm not public about this type of stuff.
Which once again prompted a former employee to come out stating, as someone who is friends with both MrBeast and Fly, it is my unbiased opinion that Fly is in the wrong. Unlike Matt Turner, Fly has since had a relatively successful career, having built a channel with over 300,000 subscribers, yet he hasn't been nearly as successful as Jake the Viking, who's been able to show that a peaceful ending to MrBeast is always the most beneficial.
I do miss Jake. I like Jake's character. He's like a big little teddy bear.
Path. Jake appeared on the MrBeast channel for the first time back in June 2018, as Jimmy required a strong character to include within the videos.
Can you dip this in the water tank for me? It's really heavy, but you're like a big boy.
At this point in time, the content was often quite physical, and therefore having Jake as a member of the team worked out perfectly. However, by early 2020, the content became less focused on physical challenges, and as a result, Jake began to appear in fewer and fewer videos. He'd be seen one last time in $60,000 Extreme.
That was the reason.
And Seek Challenge, which was followed by a comment to Jake's TikTok 2 months later asking, "Are you still working with MrBeast?" To which he'd respond, "Lol, nah, they fired me." 9 days later, Jake will clarify this comment by uploading a now incredibly viral video titled Why I Left MrBeast, in which he'd explain why he had been let go.
And it came down to my piece no longer fit the puzzle, if that's the best way to put it.
Before discussing how he wanted to leave anyway, so he could pursue content creation under his own name.
It was a mutual leaving. I'd already told him.
That's good. That's good. I do worry about like Chandler and Chris and like, well, Carl's doing fine now, but like, who's the other one? Nolan and a couple other guys, like MrBeast's team. Like when you see teams on YouTube, sometimes I do wonder, like, how are you guys gonna branch off like the head? MrBeast, he's done fine, and obviously like his friends are gonna be okay too. But it's like to make your own brand, to build your own like little company. I like that Jake did that.
Times, what I wanted to do was...
At least while he was still at his height, like when people were still knowing him. I don't know if any people really know him like that now, but I know he probably still has a following.
be my own boss, do my own thing. Me and Jimmy did not have any type of falling out, you know, so everything's cool. Mr. Beast still love you, bro.
Basically, he got tired of being an employee. He wanted to start his own brand, be his own boss, do his own thing, which is respectable. He didn't want to be just that guy on every MrBeast video. Good luck to you, Viking. Jake's peaceful ending in combination with his unique, recognizable image has helped him to maintain success.
But look at those numbers. Like, he got to 1 million. I remember when he hit 1 million, like, because of the viral video. I think it's been like 2 years now, but it's like 8,000. What is it? 8,000. Okay.
Jake's peaceful ending.
So it's like 37,000, 17,000, 27,000. Like he got viral off of the MrBeast video. And I don't know. I haven't really seen his content like that. I'm not sure if it's good or bad like that. I watched, I think, like 1 or 2 videos after the Why I Left MrBeast video. But it's like, you know, this is like the thing that worries, I can imagine worries someone when they branch off from like the head, or, you know, go and try to make their own little company or brand or thing. Like, you have to worry about how, now you're kind of starting from the bottom, not necessarily starting from the bottom, but how do I get viewers in? Because now you had a viral video. Like, it's kind of like TikTok. Like, he got a viral video, he got all these subs, but clearly they're not staying. Clearly they're not watching his videos. And it's like that 1 million, it's like, is it even his, or is it just what MrBeast in a way kind of gave him? But obviously didn't give him. But because of that video, now he has this 1 mil that isn't truly a 1.5 mil. Like 8,400 views in like 2 months. You know, 11,000 views in a month ago. That, I can only imagine that doesn't feel good. Like, it's probably mad annoying to know that like 1 million of your subs are not ride or die for you. They're like ride or die for another guy, but they also like you too. You know?
Combination with his unique, recognizable image has helped him to maintain success even after leaving the team, having gained over 1 million
Maintain slight success. I'm pretty sure it's like enough to pay the bills, but not if it was like if he could actually average like 100K per video, 100K views per video.
On YouTube and over 2.5 million followers on TikTok. However, Jake the Viking wasn't the only person who eventually ran out of utility on the MrBeast team. For example, whatever happened to Ty, who was picked up on the side of the road for his first appearance in the world.
That one I've been wondering for a minute.
Largest bowl of cereal video.
You're gonna come sit in a pool of cereal for 10K?
And with comments such as, Ty is such a cool guy.
I'm sorry, MrBeast videos like back in the olden days in 2018, 2019, they were really, I like them. They were like the ramen noodle one, the one with the cereal, even the slime one. Like, they were really fun to watch.
Be more challenges, he was able to return to the channel.
And then this is Ty from the cereal videos. You guys really liked him, so we brought him back.
Appearing in a total of 7 different videos before he'd also disappear. Considering Ty was...
I'm gonna assume, like, I'm just putting my 2 cents, I think he became an editor or he became a part of the team officially. I'm not sure.
Up at random on the side of the street.
But like back team, like where Tariq is.
Never an official member of the MrBeast crew, yet according to the wiki, Ty still works for MrBeast, but works mostly behind the scenes. Ty has since...
I called it, I said it, because I'm just saying, why would you kill off Ty? Why would you fire Ty? Everyone liked Ty, he was good.
Become a father and still maintains an Instagram following of over 28,000 and a TikTok following of over 80,000, on which he uploads music, comedy, and dancing videos.
Once again, see these numbers? I hate these numbers. Like, how do you have 80K but can't average at least like 2,000? This is why I hate TikTok, because like you can blow up on there, you can have 100,000 followers on there, but still get like damn near no views.
Tyler Conklin was another MrBeast member who disappeared from the videos without any explanation, and his disappearance is probably the most mysterious of them all. Tyler became the second MrBeast crew member after featuring on the channel for the first time in February 2016, when MrBeast had only 18,000 subscribers. From here, Tyler was featured in videos such as We Are Better Than Dude Perfect, which was followed by Tyler helping out Jimmy's brother, yet Tyler's final obvious appearance on the MrBeast channel was in I Opened a Restaurant That Pays You to Eat At It, where Jimmy jokingly fired him.
Get out of here! He suggested we charge money for the food. What? Get out of here! Go! I don't ever want to hear you guys talk about charging again.
While this was obviously just a meme for the video, it actually would become Tyler's final official appearance on the MrBeast channel. Honest question, after you suggested making people pay for the food in the restaurant video and Jimmy kicked you out, you were never in another video again. Did he fire you from being in more videos? Tyler did make a small cameo in Last to Leave the Circle Wins $500,000, as well as the Squid Game video where he apparently featured as one of the guards. And when you combine this information with his Instagram, on which he's often still seen with the crew, it's clear clear that Tyler hasn't been fired, but is rather working from behind the scenes.
Okay.
Garrett eventually met a similar fate.
That one I really want to know about, because I liked Garrett. He was like, I don't know, he reminded me of like Ed and Eddie. Like, he was just very like goofy and also kind of goofy looking. So it's like, and I liked his like silliness. So I don't know.
He was first introduced to the channel back in May 2018 after the team cut his car in half, and from that point onwards he was a semi-regular in the MrBeast videos. In mid-2020, Garrett abandoned the channel to help out MrBeast's brother. However, as Mr. Bro began to upload fewer and fewer videos...
Wait, let me know if y'all want me to react to that one video. I remember Sunny did a video too, why Mr. Bro never, like, doesn't post videos anymore. I didn't watch it. I could react to it. Let me know in the comments. Also subscribe. Let's go.
Also began to disappear from the internet. According to a reply on his Instagram, Garrett helps with social media stuff now, although he hasn't uploaded a TikTok or Instagram photo with the MrBeast crew in over 2 years, and claims to be studying at the University of Alabama, which is over 2 states away from the MrBeast headquarters in North Carolina.
It's giving me like, you remember Ryan Higa's team? Y'all know Njideka Higa. Like, remember when Njideka Higa and his like little band or group started to like kind of disband back in like maybe 2019, 2020, and like they went to go do their own little personal ventures? It feels like Sean Fuyoshi, like in this thing. I don't know if I said his name correctly, but it feels like Sean. Obviously, that's not MrBeast's like Sean, but it's like, it feels like, he didn't want the fame, or he just didn't want to do this anymore, so he went to go somewhere else to maybe start all over. That's a very like grand claim, but it makes sense, because it's like Alabama, all your friends is North Carolina, you got this really cool rich friend who, if you work for it, like everything will be okay. But you never know. I know boys are a little bit different, where it's like girls don't mind being celebrity adjacent. Guys want to be big in their own right, or at least have their own thing. So him being Alabama, I feel like he just didn't want like this like kind of life anymore, because when you delete your social media completely, where you don't really have anything of new or like updated anything on it, I would imagine, especially when we know how big your circle is, I could imagine it's probably because you don't want to be associated with that circle, or you don't want that lifestyle.
Garrett is still working with the crew from a distance. However, it does seem as though their relationship simply ran its course and eventually fizzled out. But what about Jake Weddle? He was another one of these guys who once featured in almost...
I liked Jake. I think he's cool. He was very quirky, very odd. I liked his personality. He added a little bit of like, I don't know, like, that awkward friend. He was nice. I liked him.
MrBeast episode before he'd slowly disappear from the channel. Well, only a month after being...
This feels like NCIS so bad.
In the I filled my brother's house with slime and bought him a new one video, Jake Weddle would upload a piece of content to his personal channel titled Why I Left MrBeast, in which he'd explained that he'd resigned from the team so he could pursue stand-up comedy under his own name.
I found myself kind of like...
Stand-up? I mean... Was he funny enough for a stand-up comedian? I don't know. I would love to see him on tour so I could see if he was actually worth it. I know Tariq also did stand-up when they went to the most racist town in America. It was all right. It's very hard to be a Conan O'Brien, a Johnny Carson, a Bill Burr. You have to know what you're doing, and I mean, I have to see Jake in action for me to know what he's capable of, but him saying he's a comedian after seeing the videos he was in, I was like, all right, let's see how that goes for you.
Losing passion for what I was doing. I'm doing stand-up basically full-time now.
Weddle went on to explain that his relationship with MrBeast had ended peacefully.
Look how he's dressed.
And Jimmy actually left on very good terms. I met with Jimmy before I left. He understood where I was coming from. I understood where he was coming from.
Which is supported by the fact that Weddle came back about a year later for 2 cameo appearances on the channel. However, there's a different MrBeast member who only managed to feature in 1 video before getting fired. Sneeko. Now, to avoid any...
What? One more time.
He managed to...
Because I'm looking at this white boy, and I'm like, oh, what is this blonde hair?
Feature in 1 video before getting fired. Sneeko.
Why is Sneeko here? And how did he get in touch with MrBeast? this is going to be interesting.
Now, to avoid any unnecessary damage to MrBeast's image here, we need to specify that this was back in 2018.
Oh, Sneeko looked like a baby. Oh my goodness.
Before Sneeko had the reputation that he has now. Back then, Sneeko's content consisted of deeply meaningful, unbiased videos, which featured a unique editing style more advanced than almost anyone else on the platform. Anybody who was a fan of Sneeko at the time can vouch for how incredible his videos were, and with this in mind, it's really no wonder that MrBeast gave him a shot.
Wait, so was Sneeko like an editor before? Y'all let me know in the comments. Was like Sneeko really, really good, or was he just like nice for his time? I want to know. Like, I don't personally know Sneeko any time before like the subway like conversations he had in New York. I'm not really too familiar.
Sneeko made his first appearance in the I Built a Working Car Using Only Legos video. However, as explained by another video uploaded to Sneeko's personal channel titled The Most Important Lesson I Learned Working for MrBeast, his employment didn't last for very long.
I started working for MrBeast 2 years ago. It didn't last long because I got caught up with my ego, and this was during a time when I wasn't uploading on YouTube at all.
Sneeko maintained a level of respect toward MrBeast even after leaving the team. However, the same can't be said for
Time for the big one. That's a big kahuna. I want to know about him. But, I mean, that Sneeko one was very quick. So it was just ego? So just one episode and he was gone? I don't know. I feel like Sneeko has a personality enough that you would want to keep him, but I could imagine it would probably clash, which he just said. He just said that.
Marcus Pearson, who became the most controversial firing in MrBeast history. Yeah. When Marcus was first introduced to the
like, it's just, I don't even know where to begin, because it's like, I just remember him going, like, disappearing, and then I remember, like, sometime in, like, 2020, maybe earlier 2020, maybe late 2019, like, there was something about drugs. I want to know officially what happened.
Became the most controversial firing in MrBeast history. When Marcus was first introduced to the channel back in 2019, he quickly became a fan favorite. Yeah. However, after being featured in the MrBeast Christmas special that very same year, Marcus stopped appearing in any of the videos. 5 months later in May 2020, a fan would ask on Marcus's TikTok, "When you coming back to MrBeast challenges?" To which he'd respond to ask him, implying that maybe Marcus had been left in the dark about his future involvement on the channel. Approximately 3 months later in August 2020, Marcus was officially removed from the team, although unlike most of the other MrBeast members, Marcus didn't leave peacefully.
So I gotta destroy him, bro. So I'm gonna destroy you, bro. I'm gonna destroy you eternally. For a long ass time, you gonna feel this. You gonna feel this tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. You ain't gonna forget about this.
Marcus would take to Instagram and post a 12-minute story in which he'd make some absolutely delusional claims, such as MrBeast started the pandemic.
He started this pandemic for a reason.
Marcus was a leader while...
I don't know what's going on, but he looks like he looks like he's off it.
MrBeast was a follower.
I was born a leader, and he was born a follower. He was stealing sauce. I was balling with sauce and paying homage. You feel me?
Before...
I'm sorry. Wait, what did he just say? He said I was stealing sauce and paying sauce. You feel me? I know this is serious, but it's like, what is he talking about?
With sauce and paying homage, you feel me?
Before going on to state that he thought MrBeast was a broken person for firing him.
The only conclusion that I can make is that he's broken somewhere else. That's the only conclusion that I can come up with.
While it seemed like Marcus's goal was to discredit MrBeast, the only person he seemed to discredit was himself, given Marcus's rant was so delusional and unfounded that it just made him look like
it doesn't look... Where is this coming from? Like, what are you talking about?
It's been stated all around the internet that Marcus was fired because of unacceptable behavior and a drug problem, although there's no evidence anywhere to support these claims. MrBeast stated in a podcast...
If I could judge anything from what I just saw, like, that doesn't seem like someone who's not taking drugs or who's not, like, at least doing something crazy. This is what happens when you get a lot of money at a young age and you're not prepared for it. You, unfortunately, squander it on really bad decisions.
Revenue dropped massively at the start of the pandemic, and the more likely reality was that Marcus...
Oh, look at the old team. I miss this. Does anyone else miss this? Like, I miss where it was just like, I miss like the boys. Like, I felt like this was really nice to watch, and all of them are kind of gone now. You rarely see Chris anymore, and he's kind of a little bit weird now. Chandler, you don't really see like that. What is it? Garrett, I like Garrett. I thought he was very interesting. Jake is not here. Ty is not here. The other Jake is not here. And Marcus is gone. And it's like, now we got Carl and Nolan, and they're cool. They're cool. And honestly, they were never that bad to begin with. It's just the group is smaller now, and I miss like the big like team, and I miss kind of having like fan favorites, you know? Like it was really, I don't want to say like new girl because there was no girl. I don't know, maybe I can't say Ed and Ed because there was only 3 of them, but it was like a codename Kids Next Door kind of thing where there was someone you loved in the team. And now it's just, you know what, like when every TV show ends, the friends, every person, they all go their separate ways, The Office, Parks and Rec, like they all go to do their own separate things. And it's like the end of an era for Mr. Beast is in the same way where all his friends have gone on to do separate things, gone their separate ways. And it's really, I miss the old days. I really do. I miss 2018. I miss 2019, 2020. Like I miss that Mr. Beast team. This new one is cool. It's nice to watch, but it just kind of feels like it's a lot of money. It's like a game show, which he has said that he wanted to do anyways. But I miss when it was kind of just for fun, just boys just having fun, you know.
To save money on wages during a tough economic time. Marcus maintains an Instagram following of around 75,000, yet he's only made 1 post in the last 2 years, showing that his rant against Mr. Beast also marked the end of his online career.
I hope he can come back from that, but you know, even if you do, you're always going to be known as the guy who was like the craziest one to leave from Mr. Beast's team, or you're going to be known as that one black guy that went crazy from Mr. Beast's team. I don't know, like but you know what it is? You can always redeem yourself, in my opinion. I do feel like there's redemption no matter what it is. I do think everyone has the ability to become like Robert Downey Jr. You did something in your past, and you come back as Iron Man. Accept your past, create a better future. That's it. So I hope the best for all of them, truly.